Well, we're gonna continue walking down this very historic looking road. I drove through here yesterday. I don't think I hit this road, and I don't honestly know if you can really still drive on it. I mean, obviously you could, but I don't know if it's encouraged or allowed, although I haven't seen any barriers to prevent people from it. Clearly at some point it had been blacktopped, but you can see the original historic drainage system over here on the side, and it looks really cool. Kind of an interesting mix of old and new right here. And again, one of those places, there's just so many hills that it really disguises how large it actually is. It looks like a brick section of the drainage. It might be that there actually was several renovations to this place over time, and that's why there's several different systems and materials used. But you can see the drainage goes off in that direction, and then the road curves over this way to meet up with the road here. I would kind of guess that originally the road would have just continued on straight. You can kind of even see in the grass where it would have gone. Wow, there is a really, really large obelisk right in the middle here, or I should say right at the back, really. You see, this tree has been burnt out. It would have probably been pretty huge at one time, and it does have a single little marker right here. I'm not seeing anything else or anything interior. Whoa. There's been some damage for sure in this area. It's kind of probably just one of those places that's so far back in a little corner that it doesn't get really cared for as often as the other places that are kind of in plain sight. But again, wow. Looks almost exactly like the Washington Monument. Obviously a lot smaller, but pretty incredible. And it would be another interesting area to even see if perhaps there are some things that have fallen beyond into the brush here. It looks like it's a pretty steep drop off once it hits the bottom. Yeah, I'm not actually thinking that I'm going to locate anything at this one. I just kind of get the feeling that it's pretty clean. I could be wrong, but I don't know. It looks like it's actually a stream bed back there. Let's see, it's either a stream bed or like a little roadway. I don't know, that's weird. Well, I decided to come down here. I think it's just an old creek bed. Looks like it's just dried up this part of the year. There is actually something right here, but it might just be a discarded base. I don't see any signs of any lettering or anything. I kind of thought it was a roadway because it just goes off down there and it's really flat and sort of just barely curving around. I don't know, it just felt like it was a road more than a stream, but doesn't appear to be that way. Kind of a good way to check the brush though. And again, coming out pretty clean. It's crazy how long that goes. I really would think of it as a roadway, but it just, I don't see how it can be. We'll go ahead and we're gonna follow the cemetery along that way anyway. So I guess if we see it go somewhere, then we'll know it actually was a roadway. Oh, and that is really old there. Look at that. I don't know if it was part of an old jar or just a clay pipe or what it is. The unfortunate part about this place, as I sort of mentioned in the last episode, excuse me, assuming that that episode comes first, so I'm not exactly comfortable with this place. It's not that I'm assuming anything bad's gonna happen here. I haven't even seen anybody here so far, but there is a lockable gate at the front. And so I'm not 100% sure when this place closes. There was no written hours anywhere. And so it is possible that I could get locked in here if maintenance doesn't see my car, if I don't even know if anybody's here, to be honest, but it could be an issue. Again, it's before 6 right now, so I don't think it's gonna be a problem, but it would be really bad to get all the way back to the front to realize that I'm locked in here. And here is whatever this is. It actually might be a little road, and if so, we might have to actually take that back for a little ways. Because, I mean, who knows where that would even lead? There's even little fence posts right here, like it used to be a gate. Kind of makes me wonder if there's like a hidden section of the graveyard somewhere. Looks like they're actually digging a new ditch right here. But I noticed, I don't think it's actually a memorial at all. I think someone cut down a tree and just carved it into a cross. It's kind of interesting. Really creeped me out. I actually thought I stumbled on a body, and then I realized it was an actual human body, but they're alive and they're sleeping in the woods on top of their backpack. I don't know how I didn't wake them up. I don't know what the situation is, but they were clearly in good health and just in a sleeping position, using their backpack as a pillow. So otherwise I would have went in and checked on them, but it still scared me. That was interesting. It's probably been years since I've run into anybody, any homeless people or anything like that. And I mean, obviously I don't know the situation, but that's what I would assume, sleeping in the woods like that. So yeah, I got literally within under 15 feet and I was sitting there talking. The weird thing was before that, I actually thought to myself that I could hear voices, and I wasn't sure if it was just me, if I was just kind of creeping myself out or what. But obviously now I know I was not. I did want to check this out. It looks like they don't use it anymore. I thought it was kind of really cool. It looks like the entryway mausoleum. It obviously has a really big keep out sign on it. But we're not really going in. I just wanted to check it out. Oh, it is still in use. That's kind of cool though. How interesting is this? Well, maybe out of respect for their privacy, I will not actually film the interior, which appears to have their paperwork and documents in there, so we'll respect their privacy and not do that. But excellent but a really cool little historic building right here. You can see that there is electricity still running all the way up to this power line here, or pole, I mean. But the other thing that I wanted to show you guys, I think I may have discovered what that road was. I think if you look, the little way we took in here kind of continues to go and then falls into disrepair right in here. And so I'm kind of wondering if at one time it actually went down the hill and curves around to that entryway out there, and it was a back way to take in for the employees, because otherwise the road just sort of disappears into the woods and goes nowhere, it looks like. Oddly, I'm gonna zoom in and see if you guys can see this. Way back where I was, where I encountered the guy, I can see the actual tree moving. Although a lot of them are moving right now, so I think it might just be the wind. Pretty old looking truck there. It hasn't moved since yesterday. I don't think actually it works anymore. It might just be a maintenance truck for the area. On the other side of the maintenance shed here, it's a very interesting and large monument that again I would have missed had I not came back here on purpose. I thought it might have a larger inscription on it, meaning like a story or something. It is kind of interesting being in this area and having a person with the first and second name of William Harrison being in the Tippecanoe area here. It would have been where William Henry Harrison's forces would have came in for the Battle of Tippecanoe. Right next to the maintenance shed again is another one. It looks like this one, it looks like it could have been propped up at one point actually, and that what surrounds it is actually newer. You can see here there are several holes. I'm not sure exactly what that means. It usually means it was either something used to lower it down into place if it would have been a ground level just like the one we just saw. So that's what kind of makes me think that this was built afterwards. And again, as before, they just molded it in with this larger piece here. And without getting all up in their business, you can see where they've made some wooden molds here which could be used for repair. They could put it around a damaged stone and then pour cement in to reinforce it. Okay, I keep hearing sounds, weird sounds. I don't know if that guy's walking around again or what. It looks like there's only one last thing that I really wanted to check out. There's this sort of, I think it's Irish style knotting is what it's called, or Celtic knotting, I think. I don't know if you guys know what the name of the designs are, then let me know below, but I'm pretty sure they're all called Celtic knots, even though there's hundreds and hundreds of different designs of them. And a completely differently designed stone is actually sitting right next to it. And you can see it has a completely different last name too. Looks like Hairday, and partially buried as well. You can only see one date, which appears to be maybe 1894. But I mean, I've come to expect that that happens a lot. Things get found in other places, and it seems like people just find the nearest good place and sort of set it up there, not really knowing where the actual grave might be. And again, directly behind it here is one of these incredibly large pinnacle markers. And again, it must be at least 30 feet tall. And even the simple design like that is so incredible. Just the fact that it stretches up so tall like that and has really survived the test of time so well. I mean, the only thing that shows is a little bit of discoloration here at the bottom. So with that being said, I want to thank you all for watching this episode on 539. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see all of you in our next adventure.